Good morning, my beautiful babes and babettes. I'm your resident active advocate. How are we all feeling today? Nervous? You should be. Vote if you live in America and if you are of voting age. Thank you. That's going to be my only comment on this topic. Today, I would like to discuss what a token is and what tokenism is. So, for those unfamiliar with the term, a token generally refers to a person with whom you may have a solid relationship, but it is for the sake of saying, I have a friend who is fill in the gap, right? So this usually comes with a mark of a thing like racism or sexism or ableism. This is a hyperbolic example, but the whole thing about, I'm not racist, I have black friends. That doesn't mean that you're not racist, actually. What means that you're not racist is how you view those friends and why you made friends with them to begin with. Did you make friends with them just because they have this one trait that will prove that you are not a XYZ by making friends with them? Or did you make friends with them on the basis of the fact that you have mutual interests? They're good people. You get along together. You're both of the same, mindset when it comes to, say, politics or whatever it is. There's a whole lot of reasons why people make friends, obviously, with other people. And I've been talking about getting to know people as individuals, which is incredibly important in avoiding tokenism. See, when it comes to tokenism, it will often be a case that you're sort of intrinsically putting people into a hierarchy yet again. And a good example of this is with the Hindu caste system that legally existed up until Gandhi sort of lobbied to get it gone. And that wasn't the only thing he did, but legally, before his time, you had four-ish castes, and I'll explain the difference here. Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Dalit. Okay, Dalit at the very bottom. Also known, if you are familiar with this term, as the untouchables. So, Brahmins were at the tippy top of the pyramid from ancient times. This whole system is very, very ancient and goes back a very long way. Brahmins, traditionally, were considered the priests. Kshatriyas were the warriors and the rulers. Vaishyas were your sort of common worker, merchant, farmer, business person, so forth. And then Shudras were generally your farmers and your servants. And then Dalits were considered no caste. They were part of the caste system, but only in that they were on the bottom, because hierarchies need a top and a bottom, need a superior and an inferior. And it was actually a rule back in the day that if you engaged in even a meal with a member of a caste lower than yours, you would be decasted yourself and become an untouchable. This was also the case for higher caste people who so much as crossed shadows with a Dalit. So when it comes to that, when the caste system was at least legally dispelled, it would be in the power of people who still had the financial welfare to do so, that if they made a business, they could say, okay, legally speaking, we need to hire at least one Shudra, at least one Dalit. And they would hire their one Shudra and their one Dalit and leave it at that. And you can see this throughout different countries, throughout different contexts, throughout history. After American slavery, for example, was dispelled, legally speaking, with the 13th Amendment, you would still have Black people living on the plantations where they had worked as slaves. They would be not considered slaves anymore, but they were definitely not considered equal with the people who actually own the place. So when it comes to nowadays, though, with the whole idea of making friends, because I want to bring this more down to the quote common level, if you are making friends on the basis of how does this make me look in a political, social light, you're not doing it for the right reason, I have to say. I don't know very many people, thankfully, who would pull this kind of crap. But if you're one of those people who would pull this kind of crap and say, I'm not racist, I have a Black friend. I'm not ableist, I have a friend who uses a wheelchair. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. If you're one of those people, you are not doing it for the right reasons and you need to examine your conscience. I don't believe in the existence of a soul. I do believe in the existence of a conscience. Conscience is basically your social awareness of where you belong, where others belong, and why you belong together, why it's important to work together, and to live peacefully amongst ourselves. It's the reason why we don't go around killing people, generally speaking. And it's the reason why people who do go around killing people are often thrown in jail, or worst case scenario, death penalty. Oh my god. I do not agree with the death penalty. This is another reason why I'm happy I live in Canada. So, don't make tokens out of your friends. Don't make friends out of your tokens. People are individuals. They should not be seen just for one trait, and you've heard me say this ad nauseum. Tokenism bad. Making friends, good. Making friends for the right reasons, very good. All right, so that's my spiel for today. Hopefully you enjoy. And I don't know, this is addressing my American audience again. I don't know whether the results of what y'all are going through right now will be, publicly made aware by the end of the day. Hopefully we know within the next few days whether this thing can be resolved peacefully. And, okay, if you're one of those people who wants to take up arms against whoever, I don't care who it is, I don't care what side of the equation you're on, I'm very strictly nonviolent myself, and I would encourage you to solve this using this, not this. Please. We don't need more fires, we don't need more destruction, we don't need more theft. That is not what the world needs. The world needs intelligence. The world needs people at peace, not people at war, and especially amongst themselves. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye! Mwah.